Morning breaks on markets in distress. 22,000 jobs, that's all we blessed. Labor market sputters, Fed's eyes wide. Rate cuts coming as the numbers slide. Lululemon tumbles, tariffs take their toll. Yoga pants to politics, it's taking quite a toll. 240 million hit from trade wars game. When fashion meets politics, who's to blame in these uncertain times we're living through? Polycrisis knocking at our door. Is this the sequel that we never knew? The world keeps spinning, but we're not sure what for. These are the times for which gold was made, when everything else begins to fade. Immigration raids shake the Georgia ground. Hyundai-LG plant, hundreds found. South Korea watching, trade talks tense. Delicate positions, the consequence. Adnoc guy Santos with 10 billion dreams. Australian fossil fuels and financing schemes. $19 billion deal in sight. Oil and gas futures burning bright. In these uncertain times we're living through, Polycrisis knocking at our door. Is this the sequel that we never knew? The world keeps spinning, but we're not sure what for. These are the times for which gold was made, when everything else begins to fade. China's crude buying holds the key. Oil glut approaching, wait and see. Russian LNG lands despite the sanctions. Beijing's defiance, geopolitical fractions. Human under investigation's eye. Former securities chair wondering why. Barclays and Nationwide lift their rates as public finance worry escalates. From Wall Street to Beijing, from Georgia to Hong Kong, the threads of global commerce weave a complex song. Trump's tariffs and trade wars, Xi's expanding reach. Every headline tells a story that economists preach. So we watch the numbers, count the cost in this polycrisis. Nothing's lost, just rearranged in ways unknown. This is the world that we call home.
Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, September 6th, and what a week it's been in the world of global economics and business. Let me walk you through some of the biggest stories shaping our world right now. First up, we're seeing some troubling signs in the U.S. labor market. August job numbers came in at just 22,000 new positions, significantly lower than expected. This is opening the door for the Federal Reserve to consider more aggressive rate cuts. It's one of those moments where economists are scratching their heads, wondering if this is temporary turbulence or something more concerning. Speaking of economic uncertainty, we're hearing more about this concept of polycrises. Essentially, the idea that we're living through multiple interconnected crises simultaneously. The Financial Times is questioning whether this term really captures what we're experiencing. But there's no denying that from trade wars to geopolitical tensions, everything seems interconnected these days. On the corporate front, Lululemon is taking a serious hit from Trump administration tariffs. The yoga apparel company expects a $240 million margin reduction this year due to new trade policies. It's fascinating how a company known for premium workout gear is now caught in the crossfire of international trade disputes. Meanwhile, there was a massive immigration raid at a Hyundai-LG plant in Georgia that sent shockwaves through South Korea. Hundreds of Korean workers were arrested, and it's creating a delicate diplomatic situation just as the two countries are engaged in tense trade negotiations. In the energy sector, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company is considering more than $10 billion in debt financing for their pursuit of Australian producer Santos. It's a $19 billion deal that could reshape the energy landscape in the Asia-Pacific region. At the same time, oil traders are keeping a close eye on China's crude buying patterns as the market moves toward an anticipated glut. Speaking of China, they're continuing to defy US sanctions by accepting Russian LNG shipments. A second tanker from a US-sanctioned Russian export facility just arrived in China, highlighting Beijing's determination to maintain its energy relationship with Moscow regardless of Washington's disapproval. Domestically in China, there's intrigue in the financial sector with former securities regulator Hyundai under investigation for alleged violations. This comes more than a year after his surprise removal from his post, adding another layer to China's ongoing anti-corruption efforts. Back in the UK, major lenders including Barclays, Nationwide, and Virgin Money are all raising mortgage rates as concerns mount over public finances. It's a reminder that economic uncertainty tends to create ripple effects across multiple sectors. What strikes me about all these stories is how interconnected our global economy has become. A labor shortage in the U.S. affects Fed policy. Trade tensions impact fashion companies. Energy deals span continents. Immigration raids affect international relations. We're truly living in an era where local actions have global consequences, and vice versa. That's your news roundup for this Saturday morning. Stay informed, folks.